Hello friends and family, you are welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video we shall be making one of the most delicious kenkey using a very simple method. Let's get right into the video. So our main ingredients for this recipe is corn dough. So we'll start by dividing our corn dough into two. So here we have our corn dough divided into two. The one in the big bowl is about 2 times of the one in the small bowl. So the one in the big bowl is the one we'll be using to stir in the form of banku. We'll stir it like banku before we later add this to it to mix for our kenkey. For today's recipe, we'll make use of some cassava flour, which is totally optional. You can decide not to add. So we'll be adding the cassava flour to the part of the dough that we'll be preparing like banku. As I said, this is totally optional. Even without the cassava flour, or what we call kokunte in Ghana, your kenkey will still come out perfect. Now for today's recipe, my beautiful sister Sabina, whom you are seeing on the screen right now, is the main chef. The rest of us are actually assistant. So she placed the pot on fire. We'll add some water into the pot and cover, then allow it to come to a boil. So while we wait for the water to boil, we'll go ahead and mix the corn dough and cassava flour. So mix this to form a thick paste. This is actually another way you can make your banku faster. So you mix your corn dough and cassava dough into a thick paste, then you add it to your boiling water. I think it makes the process faster according to my sister Sabina. I will definitely give this method a try as well. And please let me know in the comment section if you also use this method. Then here we added salt for taste. As we can see, our water is boiling already. The water was too much, so we had to fetch some out. So we'll go ahead and add the paste to the boiling water. Once all the paste gets into the boiling water, the next thing for us to do is to keep stirring this continuously. So we'll stir it continuously until it becomes thicker and ready, just like how we prepare banku. Now this is what we'll be using to wrap our kenkey. This is corn husk. We need to wash them and make sure they are very clean before we can use them. Now let's get back to our kenkey. Now the kenkey is a bit light. It could have been harder than this if we want, but as I said earlier, we don't want a very hard kenkey. We want it to be very soft. But if you want yours to be a bit hard, make sure your paste is very thick before you transfer it into the boiling water. Now back to our corn husk again. So this is how we actually wash and prep the corn husk for the wrapping of the kenkey. You need to make sure that they are in single form before you start using them to wrap the kenkey. So make sure you take time to prep your corn husk before using them to wrap your kenkey. So right now this is ready, but remember we are not making banku, we'll be making kenkey. So this is just one part of the preparation. It's time to put the fire off for now. We'll be needing the fire later, but for now we don't need it, so we'll put it off. Remember, we divided our corn dough into two. This is the other part. So she added just a little water to it and mixed it very well. I think you might not need to add water if your corn dough is very soft. If you want to add water, just add a little to it and mix it very well. So after mixing, we'll go ahead and transfer this into the cooked one. So now we are going to mix this very well until it is well mixed. Now this is well mixed, so we'll be transferring it to a comfortable place where we can do the wrapping. And now we've gotten to the interesting part and a very technical aspect of making kenkey. It's time for us to wrap the kenkey. Now you first of all have to take some of the corn husk and then you scoop some of the partially cooked kenkey into the corn husk. Now at this point, I would like you to just watch what is on the screen and see how the wrapping of the kenkey is done. Wow, this is so interesting. So if you didn't see the first one, please pay close attention to the next one and to the next one. Okay, you will surely get it. Now we are done with the wrapping of the kenkey. The next thing is to line the bottom of the pot that we'll be using to cook the kenkey. So here we've lined the bottom of our pot with some dry yam leaves. Yes, I learned it's dry yam leaves. And then we also added some of the corn husk to it to make sure that our kenkey doesn't get burnt. Now we'll go ahead and place the pot on fire, and we add some amount of water. The water is not supposed to be much. This water is what will steam the kenkey until it is well cooked. Then after that, we'll transfer our partially cooked kenkey into the pot. Now we'll use some of the corn husk to cover the kenkey, and then we'll also cover it with a rubber so that we can trap the steam to cook the kenkey very well. Once that is done, we'll cover the pot and allow this to cook until the kenkey is ready. This really didn't take much time, so it depends on the quantity of kenkey you are cooking. It doesn't really take much time to cook. And after about 45 minutes thereabout, we checked and the kenkey was ready. So according to her, when you hit the kenkey this way and it bounces, it shows that it is ready. She also went ahead and opened it to check the inside very well to confirm. And as you can see, our kenkey is well cooked. Now we'll take off the fire and then we'll transfer the kenkey to an ice chest so that it doesn't get cold. So this was the method we used to prepare this kenkey, and I would like to know in the comments section if this is how you make your kenkey as well, or if you give this a try. Please let me know in the comments section. The kenkey came out very soft and nice, and I want you to give it a try and let me know in the comment section. Trust me, you will not regret for trying this. And we served our kenkey with some pepper. You know how we grind our pepper? We use tomatoes, pepper and onions. We ground it together and then we added salt to it. We also added some stew and beans. Then we topped it up with our fried fish, and trust me, this tasted so delicious. I can't wait for you to make yours and you'll see how it tastes. Thank you for watching. Please, if this video has been helpful to you, kindly like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video. See you in our next video, and bye. You all are invited.